Guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today we're going to be looking back at Sunday journaling, where we started, where we're at right now, kind of like a month long. Let's look at what's going on. So, guys, stick around. Okay, guys, so this is my book journal, and this is my regular journal. And then here is going to be my travel journal. So I thought we're going to save this one for last because we're going to work on that one while we're here today. But I thought first I would give you an update of where I am and catching up my journals because, as you know, my book journal, I started it halfway through the year, to be honest. And so I'm playing backtrack and trying to get that caught up. I am going to show you my current TN. If you'll remember last week, we set up some pages in here. I'm going to tell you that has been the best thing for me that I have done for myself. Um, I do it occasionally. I will do a couple of pages in advance. I don't usually do as many as I did for that video, but moving forward, I think that's going to be the way I do it, is to sit down and actually do at least a week, if not 10 days out. It gives me the flexibility that if things are going on like this past week have been, that I can actually just sit down and write and not have to think about decorating my pages. Now, can I just sit down and journal without a decorated page? Yeah, it's just more fun with it. So we're going to look at it. But first, I'm going to show you my coffee cup. I don't want to spill it, but if you can see on the front, it's got a dogwood. This is for my sweet Emma and Christopher. They went up to Ashboro, and they brought this cup back for me. It's from one of the potteries up there, and I absolutely love it. And I needed some coffee this morning, guys. So we're going to look at this one. So let's go back. I still have my first journal in here, and it, as you see, I think that the last couple of pages I have gone back in and put some pictures. I just need to go in and journal what they were, what was going on, and then do a summary on the last page. I have not done that yet, but I will do that because I'm going to have some free time coming up. So that's going to be wonderful. So this is the one that I have started. I kind of showed you guys this last week. Of course, I stopped writing and didn't carry it over. I had left that blank to finish it. I'm not going to go back and finish it, but it's okay if I have that one page. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to have to say, because I used this washi and then I was like, well, what am I going to use for stickers? And then I saw these that were the same colors, and I thought, oh, that'll be nice. And I just liked the way that one turned out. I also liked this one. Some spreads I just like better than others. This is when I got a gift from a subscriber, and so I put that in there. And guys, it has just been sporadic for the first couple of months in this one, and so I decided that in July I was going to journal every day. So as you can see, I started July 1st. I think July 2nd was one of those that we did. And so I have done the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. I have done the 7th and the 8th. And then today I will do the 9th. Yes, guys, I am really late on filming this episode because just life gets in the way sometimes, guys. That's all it was. Just things happen, things that, I ended up going back to where my mom lives, where all my family is. I to see my aunt, and then I stopped by to see one of my cousins. And we had lunch, and it was just a nice day, but that took me away from home. And then yesterday I caught up with Emma. We did lunch, and so it's just been 2 days of relaxation for me that I have not done in a long time. And as you guys know, Out and About is on Saturday, and so my out and about was to spend time with Emma, and we went to a favorite restaurant of both of us, Kava. I don't know if you have one in your area. Oh, it is so good. Me and her just love that. Now, one thing you don't know about my son, he does not like his food to be mixed. So this is not a restaurant that he will go to. Um, he just he likes a lot of different foods. He likes to cook a lot of different foods, but he doesn't like a lot of things mixed together. So there you go. So that's our treat to ourselves once in a while. We will just meet and go to Kava. So that's what we did yesterday. So I will journal today and the rest of this week, but I do have enough to get me through, let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I will have enough to get me through Friday, and then I'll have to set up some more pages. I think the next week or so is going to finish out this insert, and then we'll have to decorate another insert and get some pages started. So that is where I am in this insert. I am enjoying it. I will say I am so happy that I have gotten back to journaling every day. And I find that when I'm stressed or I have stressed myself, nobody can stress me. I stress myself. When I am at that point, I tend to stop journaling. And I feel like that's when I need it the most. So that's why I'm pushing myself to do a page every day for the month of July. I didn't do, um, I don't know what it's called, one journal July or one book July. I've done that before. And guys, I have more than one journal and I have more than one planner. I don't do one book. I just can't. But I thought my version of it could be one journal and just get it all down in here. So anyway, that's been my journal for this month. So we're going to put that back in here. And this is the blue. And it's funny because when I sit in here in this room with the natural light coming in and my ring light that I use, this looks almost black. When I'm at my other desk, I don't have as much natural light, but I do have another ring light. This really looks blue. And it's so funny to me the difference in the colors when I move it about. I just think it's just something I've noticed. The next one is my book journal. And so I am going to show you where we are. I am nowhere near getting caught up. And I'm going to run and get you the book covers that I've got set aside to put in here that I need to do. And hopefully I can do that today. Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. I knew I wanted to bring those and I didn't. So these are the books. Let's just lay them out here that I have read. These are part of the Cozy Mystery. So I've got all of these to put in there and kind of do a just kind of a little snippet on these. These okay. They're not my cup of tea. However, I did enjoy them. They're just really, to me, they're just really quick books, and I enjoy them. The main characters, while I love them, the direction of one character in the book I find tedious because nothing is happening, and it should, either one way or another. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. And I'm just like, you know, that's not drawing me into this series. And I think that's what the plot was, to kind of draw you into the series. But anyway, it's not doing it for me. So I've got to get these in here and get my little synopsis wrote about them and all of that. Now, as you recall, I did say that I was going to do 175 audiobooks. I will tell you, I am right now at 100, and my numbers are easier to look at if I just look in my 100 list. I'm at 104 books right now. So yes, I'm on track to do that. Ebooks, I am at about 10. Yeah. That one and the physical books is going to be tough to meet, but I'm determined that I'm going to do that. And then my challenge is the Cozy Mysteries. I've already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't think that's going to be very difficult for me to finish. I will go back to this same series and finish that up. So I think my challenge reading is going to be met. I know my Audible, the two where I'm going to struggle is going to be the ebooks and the physical books, but we're going to push through that. So I have put some recommendations from my coworkers in here. Podcast, I do have down here, What Should I Read Next by Anne Bogle. I've yet to get to the library, guys. I have not gotten to the library. I'm going to be honest. Take My Hand is a book that a friend at work had me to read. I have not read that one. It is a physical book, so that will help me. So I need to get that read and get it back to her. So here is my book list so far. And as you can see, this was a first read. No, that was not a first read. Everything else on this page is a reread. Yep. Then I decided I might need to make it a little bit bigger, which is what I have done, so I can look at everything. This one is a first read. Now I'm going to explain this. These are all rereads, but I will say I had never listened to these on Audible. So it was a reread from years and years and years ago, but it's kind of like a first read because it's the first time I've read them in Audible. But since it technically was a reread, I've got that. So I need to come over here in the comments and put first read Audible. So I've got that as a first read. Everything else has been a reread. So as you can see, I go back and reread a lot. This one was a first read. All of these were a first read, and then these were all rereads. So I know I will have to put another page in here, so probably at the back I will do another one of those. Now, this is my star rating of how I'm going to do the star rating on my books. And as you see, I've got The Awakening, The Becoming, and The Choice. I put The Becoming again, but it's The Choice. And then these are some of the books that I have added the photo and done the little synopsis. This was a first read. It was really, really good. I wanted it to continue, but I couldn't really make it a 5-star because it really didn't have anywhere else to go to make me want to continue reading it, to be honest. This is a new series that I've been reading in my ebooks. I have read these before, but it's really like I'm just reading them the first time. So I've gotten 4 of that series done. Now, what I did was just kind of doing one large synopsis of the whole line of books. And that's probably what I'm going to do on these, is line up all my pictures and do one little synopsis, because it's kind of like a repeat of the same thing, just a different murder. So I have been working on getting those in there. When we looked at it before, I had not um, done any of them. So I feel like I'm making progress on that. So I'm going to stick these right in here. So hopefully today and over the next few days, I can get some more of these done. Things are kind of slowing down in my, hopefully, are slowing down in my life, and I can get some stuff done. So there we are. Now, this is why things have been slowing down for me in those books is I pulled out, I have this, I think it's astrology, maybe. Yes, it's astrology. And I was using this for something else and I didn't finish it. And so I thought this is going to be perfect for me to take some notes in because I didn't want to just jump into this journal. Guys, do y'all ever worry about starting a new book and messing it up? I've never had that hesitation before, but when I went into this one, I was like, oh, Wendy, don't mess it up right to begin with. Don't just, get in here and think what you want to do and put it down there and then it's not what you want. So I've been overthinking it. So what I did was put down all the 50 states in order and and Washington D.C. instead of Washington D.C. Those are the things that I'm talking about. So I've listed all of my states, and so I want to come in here. This is my goals, and I'll explain that to you in a little bit. But when I come in here and start setting these pages up, I want to do a page, and it might end up being 2 pages for each state. And so I thought originally I would just pick a state and do it. But then I thought, Wendy, that's going to make it harder on you. So do them in alphabetical order. So that I don't get out of alphabetical order, I listed the states. So that's what we're going to do. Now let's go back to what this is going to be. So I kind of have set some rules for myself of when I get somewhere, what do I want to see? What do I want to do? That kind of stuff. So I made a list. I want to find an independent coffee shop. I know what a Starbucks is like. I I know that. Trying to think of another chain. And only thing that comes to mind is Port City Java, which is a local coffee shop here. And although it is a chain, it is a local to this area. So if I was coming to North Carolina, I would say, oh, let me try Port City Java. And like I know Bespoke Coffee is part of a chain, just small coffee network in North Carolina. It would be Bespoke Coffee. We have the first Biddy and Bose. And if you don't know what coffee shop those are, it is children that are handicapped, most especially Down syndrome. They're not kids. These are they're older. They are, I believe, they're like high school age and above, and they work in the coffee shop. They do everything, and they have opened a couple more in some other states, and it is wonderful to go in there and have coffee. It's just wonderful that this family who had a Down syndrome son found a way to help him become more independent and to show that he can do things. And it is called Biddies and Bows. Um, so a coffee shop like that, that's what I want to find is an independent coffee shop. So anywhere I go, I want to find that and I want to make it my local coffee shop. Then I want to find a local bookstore. I know there's Barnes and Nobles, there is Books a Million, there are I can't think of any other bookstores. I mean, there's not a Borders. I don't even know if they're still out there. So many of them have closed. So I don't know the all the ones that are out there. But I want to find a local bookstore. For example, when I was in Maryland, in Boonesboro, I went to Turn the Page, which is owned by Nora Roberts' family, and I believe her husband. And I loved it. It was nice to go in there. Yes, they had everything she ever did in there, so it was really nice. But they have book signings and they have other authors comes in, so you can just kind of look at um, during the month when they're going to have a book signing, and you could go to that. I think that would be great. I've been to a couple book signings before and I loved it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. And then local stationery store. Again, when I was in Chicago, I went to Atlas Stationers. Wonderful experience. Loved it. Wish I had a videotaped it for you guys, but I got so excited when I went in. There was so much, and it was like, it just made my heart swell because I just love going into a stationery store. So I want to find a stationery store. And then I want to eat at local resident at restaurants. Like, guys, you got your Chili's, you've got your Red Lobsters, you got your I don't know. You've got your Cracker Barrels. They're all the same everywhere you go. That's not what I want. What I want to do is eat at some of the um local restaurants that are there in the town that I'm in, and first eat some of the local food. Whatever's known regionally, that's what I want to try. So that is my goal, is to eat at local restaurants and that kind of thing. And then the next is I want to see a ballet, a play, or some kind of theater production in the area that I'm at. I really love going to see the ballet. We saw um, The Notebook in Chicago at the Shakespeare Theater, I believe. I'm not sure. But it was such a good experience and we love it. So I want to do some of that. One of the other things that I want to do is find a farmer's market. Not, I'm not going to find it everywhere I go, because depending on the weather, number one. But any place that I can go that I can find one of those, I would love to go there, get some fresh fruit, produce, whatever. I want to get out of the city some. So when I go to wherever I set up shop, so to speak, wherever I'm going to be housed for that month, I don't want to just stay in the city. I want to be able to get out and travel and hit some of the rural areas and some of these small towns. I grew up in a small town. I'm going to give you a name and you're going to be like, what did you say? I grew up in a town in the middle of North Carolina. The name of the city is Fuquay Varina. So I grew up in a small town and I love small towns. And I just think it's wonderful to go in and see what they have. The people are always so nice. So I want to get out and I want to see some of the smaller towns and stuff like that. I want to know what the local history is. I want to get involved in the local history and see what is there. I want to tour some of the, like, I loved going to Antietam, Battlefield, and Gettysburg. I love that kind because you find out the history, and there's just so much out there that we don't know, we don't learn about. You can't learn about all the history in school, you just can't. But when you go to these local places, they know everything. So I like doing that. I want to find a park. Guys, I don't want to get to a place and feel like I am relegated to staying in tourist areas or in the house, apartment, whatever that I rent. I want to get out and have some green space. So I want to find a park that I feel comfortable, that I can go and just sit down and journal or just go and just take photos, because that's probably something y'all don't realize about me. I love to take photos. And um, that's just something I want to do. I want to get out and do some of that. And then I want to just talk to the locals. Guys, I love to talk to people. And I just want to do that. So this is a list of the criteria of things, and it may grow while I'm traveling, but these are some of the things that I want to do. So then I started putting down countries I would like to visit, and I was like, well, this is futile because you want to go everywhere. So I kind of stopped on that. And then let's flip over a little bit, and you'll see um, my head's just spinning with things, guys. And so then I'm like, and this is where I'm going to need y'all's help. So then I was like, what are the must-haves that I need for travel? And then what do I need to do to downsize? What's my new planners for next year? And I also put can change based on the mode of traveling because I haven't figured that part out. Um, and then some other little random notes. These are my thoughts that pop out of my brain or on um, these things. I don't know. There's no way I'm going to go in August on the trip that I want to do. But, guys, this is where I need your help. I want to continue to create these videos while I'm traveling. And I will continue to set up my planners and all of that. So I know I have got to downsize some of my supplies. Now, the one thing that I have going for me is that most of my stickers are in books like these. So I can combine the majority of all my stickers probably into maybe 5 or 6 of those books, all of my Mandy Lynn Plans stickers. But I do have some other random stickers that I use, and I would want to take with me things that I would use in my journaling. And so, and washi tape. So I need to find some way to make um, a stationary kit that I can throw in my backpack and in the backpack that I'm going to carry if I'm flying or something like that. If I'm on a train or if I'm flying, I'm going to be relegated to just um, a carry on in my backpack, and could um, I could check a bag if I needed to. I don't want to. Um, so tell me what you would use to pack a travel stationary kit for journaling and for planning and washi and all of that stuff. I've got a Delphonics bag, but I know I could put like all of my journaling stuff in there and then get something else for my planners. But I would like to have just one kit to hold everything, and my Delphonics could be a part of that kit. That's not a problem. But I want to try to get everything contained into what me and Emma were talking about it yesterday, and we were like, maybe if I set up a kit that I can put in my backpack, so that could go at the bottom. My camera and video stuff can go on top of that, and then my planners on top of that. So the planners and the planner supplies will protect my cameras and stuff. So that's where I'm at. I'm stumped. I've been looking on Amazon. I don't know where else to look. So if y'all have any ideas, leave them down below because that's where I'm struggling. And so I know that, guys, I'm downloading everything. Downloading. I'm downsizing everything. So there's going to be a couple of boxes of things that I have bought over the years that are memories for me that I will probably put in a couple boxes and leave with Chris and Emma. But for the most part, everything's going to go. So my desk, my I have 2 cameras that I really don't use a whole lot anymore. They're going. This camera that I'm videoing on right now, it's going to go, and I'm going to get something that will be dual purpose. Um, and I already know what that's going to be. I just need to go ahead and order it. Um, so I'm just stuck on how I'm going to get all of this stuff with me and take it with me. Now, if I'm driving, um, I can put it all in I'm not limited. Um, and I can put it inside my car and take off and be done. That's not a problem. But if I'm on a train or if I'm on a plane, it's going to limit me what I can take. And so that's where I'm at. So, what I thought today is this is set up for personal goals and group goals. But what I thought I would do, and I don't have a sticker made out right now, but I will. I want to set up like what's important to me. Um, I definitely want to get those listed. And so I think what we're going to do is in here where it says personal goals. I guess these are a goal, but I want them to be um, things that I want to remind myself that I want to do when I get to a location. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to worry about the dates, I'm not worrying about checking it off. This is just kind of like a master list. Oh, this first entry is always the hardest, guys. Um, find a coffee shop. I want to find a local bookstore, local stationery store. Um, and again, I'm going to put independent. Um, C A play. Um, and it can even be local theater, or how you have a theater production company in towns, and just something there. It doesn't have to be anything major or anything like that. I just enjoy it, and I find that I like to do that. I will go to museums. That's just a given. I probably need to put that on here. I'm going to think about that because that's something I always do. Um, okay, so this is the beginning of my list, and as I travel, I may add other things to this. Um, but I put this one as what's important to me to see. But I think this is going to be my master list of must do's. Um, because I want to be immersed into the culture of that area that I'm in so that I can really feel like I have visited that state. So that is going to be my first entry into here. Um, some of this other stuff I don't this is going to be my notes pages, like um page numbers. So when I set up my states, um I have decided I don't like this map, and although it's here and I can use it, I do want individual countries and individual states. Um, so here are your travel planning destination itinerary, date, and notes. I don't know if I want to use it for what it's intended, but I may list all of my states in here. One, two. Let's see if I've got enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30. So that's 60. So I've got more than enough to do the 50 states. So that may be what I do. And then once I go to that state, I could put um, the dates that I was there. And if anything was outstanding, I could put a note beside it. That's an option. But that's the only way I can really utilize that. That other map was a time zone. I will keep that. This is where I want to get a different map. And then these are the dialing codes, area codes, or whatever. So then what I'm going to do is like here, I'm going to start with Alabama. Um, Alabama, depending on, I'm not going to number these until I'm done. And so what my plan is to research Alabama. I'm going to put Alabama at the top on here. I may even put suggested cities to stay in up here with it, to look for a place to stay. And then this is going to be where I'm going to list things I want to do. I may do food here that I want to try out, that kind of thing. And then the bigger space might be places I want to go visit. Maybe I can research a local coffee. Um, and this is the other thing. When I'm packing my car to leave, if I just drive, I do want to carry my own coffee set up. Guys, I'm going to tell you something that's going to be very, very hard. I have had some subscribers to send me coffee cups. I have coffee cups from a lot of the places that I have visited. I can't take those with me. And so when I said that I've got a box, I'm going to box up a couple of boxes. That's what I'm talking about, because just like, this coffee cup here, let me tilt it just a little bit. So you see the little dogwood. This is precious to me because Emma and Christopher thought enough to get me a cup while they were on a vacation. So, and I love this cup because the dogwood is a national tree and flower of North Carolina. So, the state, state tree flower of North Carolina. So, I don't want to get rid of it. And eventually I may settle back down. And if I don't, it's not going to hurt for me to have a couple of boxes in a closet in Christopher and Emma's house. So that's one of the things I want to do. But why did I go to that? It's when I'm in my Airbnb or wherever I'm staying, I'm going to have my own coffee set up. So what I like to do, even right now, I will go to different local coffee shops here and have coffee. And, I gave you a couple of examples of coffee shops that we have here that I like to go to. And I like to buy their beans, coffee beans, and then use them here instead of buying, your Maxwell House, your Folgers, whatever. I just like to do that. It just has a better flavor and they're usually fresher. So I would like to find a local coffee shop, buy beans. So when I'm not at their coffee shop, I can make the coffee there and have it wherever I'm at. So, what I'm going to do, and I am going to push myself that at the end of August, or about this time in August, that I have done at least, I wanted to have researched at least 5 states. So that would be Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, and California. California, I can tell you right now, will be broken down because I know I want to land in San Francisco area. I want to see San Diego. I really want to, for no other reason but to see the Hollywood sign. I want to go to Los Angeles. Um, I don't know that I would stay a long time there, but I would like to see San Bernardino and um, Carmel by the Sea. If you're Southern, it's Carmel, but Carmel by the Sea. Um, there's a lot of different towns along the way that I would like to go to in California. So I think I'm going to have to break those down into cities. So San Francisco, I know, San Diego. Um, I don't know, but I do know I do want to go to Los Angeles. You can't go to California and not stop there. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. So I will break that down. Same thing for Texas. So my goal for myself is going to be go through California and have all of that information in here, like a local coffee shop. Um, and maybe I can break down, the must haves that I want to see. Maybe I can put those down at the bottom, or maybe must haves on one side and then extra things to do and see on the other page. But that's going to be my goal. Guys, I know we didn't journal this time, and I know it's just a recap, but I'm taking you guys along with me on this journey, and I'm getting excited. And I'm going to give you a quick update. I will be retiring July 26th. Um, it was a hard decision for me because I was offered to work some remote. Um, But for me, working 2 days remote at home and 2 days remote in the hospital was not what I wanted. Um, and I didn't feel like it would solve the issues that were going on. So, and then the ask was to stay on PRN, which is as needed, which would mean once a pay period, I'd have to work 12 hours, at least 12 hours in that 2 week period. So that defeats the purpose for me to travel to lock me in for that 12 hours. Now, if I was working remote, that would be a totally different thing because I could still work and still explore the area I'm in, but I cannot be in the hospital and then be out traveling. There's just no way. So I think for me, the best thing for me is just to have a line in the sand. This is my last day, and so that is going to be July 26th, which also corresponds with my birthday. um I kind of felt like that was a birthday present to myself, my retirement. So once that gets here, I want to be on the team of getting organized, getting stuff out of the apartment, getting some stuff getting some stuff sold, purchasing the stuff that I know I need, and being ready come January to hit the road full time. I will try to do some trips between now and then. Definitely have a trip planned in September. But once I do that, I do want to do a couple other trips. So hopefully I'll get somewhere before September, and then at least one, if maybe two, after September. So playing it by ear. But guys, I'm excited and I'm ready to take you on this adventure with me. And I'm going to continue my planning and all of that. My other thing is I'm struggling with what planners I'm going to, because we're coming up on that period of ordering our new planners. I'm not really sure what planners I want this year. I know that I will get another Cousin Avec because of the layout. I love that for planning trips or anything. I love that. I know I'm going to get a week's for doing my social media. Where I'm hesitant is, do I get a week's for like I use now and use it? But I feel like if I've got a travel planner here, do I really need another week's for scheduling my on the go stuff? I really don't think so. Um, Maybe I get one and use it for a health journal, because I am trying to lose weight. I am trying to exercise more. I'm going to have some information with me while I'm on the road. So I'm kind of thinking, yes, get a weeks for that. So, guys, leave me some information down below. What do y'all think? And the other thing is, I'm taking my fountain pens with me, and I have fountain pen inks. I have bottles of inks. I have um, cartridges of inks. Um, but how do I take that with me, guys? I can't take a whole bottle of ink. I know I can order some vials from like Goulet Pens or Amazon or wherever and fill them up. And I do have a list of all those inks. And as y'all, I'll link the video up here of where I numbered all my inks and set them up in my drawer so that I'll know what's what. But guys, how am I going to take that? There's so much that I want to take with me, but I have to be realistic and know that I only have a little spot. So I wasn't freaking out when I thought I was going to do the RV. Um, but I know physically I can't do an RV right now with my hip and all of that. My hip is, it's not my hip. I keep saying my hip. I'm having other issues, but it's related to the hip replacement, not that my hip's messed up. It's just other parts of my body have compensated for so many years. I'm having a little issues with those. Um, Now that my hip's fixed. So I know I'm not going to be able to do an RV in the next year. I may never be able to. So my plan was to pack all this stuff because it's only me on the camper. I would have enough room to take all of my stationary supplies that I wanted to take. Now I've got to cut back and limit that. So I need to figure out how to carry my inks, how to carry all my planning and journaling supplies that I would like to carry. I know I'm going to have to minimize it. So if y'all have any ideas, please, please, please let me know down below. So I think that's it for this week, guys. I hope you found this helpful. I don't know if you do or not, but I'm enjoying this series because this is something else that I really enjoy. So, guys, until next time, bye bye.